We're back with another episode of Brew Your Mind, the podcast where we get to drink a delicious beverage and you get to sit back and listen to us ramble about what is on our minds. I'm Justin.
Hey, Justin. I'm Jesse. No one knows who we are anymore. This is a brand new podcast.
That's right.
2023, baby. Mm-hmm. What's going on?
Dude,
have you missed me?
Dude, Jesse, what's up, man?
What happened, dude?
Dude, so...
What happened to us?
Dude, like, do we just not care? Like, did we stop caring? I think that was it. Like, we just stopped caring, you know? We ran out of content.
I don't know. It was one of those things where it's like, I think I deployed, then you deployed, then you have kid.
Yeah.
And a lot of different stuff going on, so I felt like it was, hey, you want to try and do it this time? And it was like, oh, yeah, and then we just never really talked about it.
Dude.
Can you hear this? I'm brewing coffee.
He's brewing coffee
up here.
This is a Brew Your Mind
I wanted
first.
to try something different. Yeah, so I got this thing right here. I'm going to, like, actually pour over the coffee.
That's so awesome.
So anyway, yeah, I don't know what happened to us. It wasn't like we had a conversation like, oh, we're done. It just was like, it kept being like, you want to try and do it this time? And
no, we fought.
You know, nothing really happened. And
we were pissed at each
and
other.
Then, yeah, we had a big...
Jesse...
Yeah, we had a big falling out.
It was a real power control thing. Like, he wanted to do this, and I was like, no, it never works when you do the... But we made up. We're still good friends.
Power control.
And then back by popular command. Jesse, I don't know about you, but I was surprised with the response of those that missed us. The random check-ins of people that were like, "Hey, when's the podcast coming back?" And it happened all last year. I'd have someone at work or just a friend that'd be like, "So, you gonna go back into podcasting?" And it was always just like, "Yeah, we're gonna pick it up. We're gonna pick it up. We're gonna pick it up."
Yeah,
and here we are. So the haters say that we weren't gonna come back, and here we are. We're back. We back. We bike.
It was the craziest thing. Like on New Year's, I was at a friend's house. Shout out Gracie.
Shout out Gracie.
I think she listens for sure. But we were watching that Georgia. Ohio was that Ohio?
Yeah, it was Ohio State. Yeah,
Ohio State. Yeah.
Sports.
We were watching that, but anyway, as we were about to leave, it was like right after midnight, 12:30 or something. She was like, "Oh, are you guys gonna do the podcast again?" And I was like, "I have no clue." I was like, me and Justin really never talked about, like, is it over? It's just kind of like one of these things, like, we're going to do it eventually, and then, you know, it just, you know, it sort of was like fizzling out, kind of. That's what it felt like. And I was like, I don't really know. And I was like, I should probably just ask him if he's, like, done with it. And then the next day, you text me that next morning, and you were like, podcast 2023, and I was like, that is
perfect,
crazy, because I literally was just, like, talking to Katie about it, because of Gracie brought it up. You know, I was talking to Katie. I was like, should I, like, try and hit up Justin? Should we try and do it again? Or, like, I was like, I kept being like, he's really busy with work and a kid. Like, I get it, you know? So I was like, you know, I don't know. She should. And then she was like, you guys should do it. Just, you know, you guys take it real casual.
Yeah.
Don't, like, stress yourself out. Don't, like, make all these, you know, like, I have a tendency to, like, when I get involved with something, I have all these, like, lofty goals. I'm like, oh, I can't just do it casually. I'm like, I want to do this.
Right.
I want to make merch.
Right.
I want to get to the point where we have people editing for us and we have people writing ideas for us. And, like, you know, and then it just becomes like, okay, that's kind of a full-time job at that point.
Yeah.
You know, it's just not really attainable with, like, if you're trying to have, like, a healthy family,
right,
healthy job, like, everything's organized, and then taking care of yourself. It's just a lot. So,
yeah.
We're going to keep doing this, but I want to keep doing this, but I'm not going to stress myself out, basically.
I am. I'm stressed right now.
Oh, we're not. Dude, you stressed? Oh.
So, yeah, let's, before we keep talking, what kind of coffee you got brewing over there? Because, you know, we're recording this at 9:30 my time on a Saturday morning. Yeah. So I don't think we're busting out any brewskis yet today. Look at that.
Mug,
That's
dude.
a throwback Brew Your Mind. Hey, if you want to see that mug that he just flashed up the camera, make sure our YouTube channel is still there, all right? It's still live. So go to Brew Your Mind Pod, I think, on YouTube. And
I thought for a second you were going to plug some like merch or something, and I was like, I don't.
hey, we're just
I thought
talking
you were
about
going to be
those.
like, hey, if you want that Brew Your Mind mug, we're going to make some. And I'm like, oh my god, we really don't have it, and so I'm pouring over. I don't know what kind of coffee this is. It's just some sort of medium roast. I should have looked. It's nothing fancy. It's something cheap.
Yeah, I got some.
You know, I
Seattle's
just got it
Best
from the
medium
food
roast.
line.
Buy one, get one free from Publix. And
there you go.
If you want to get 10% off your Publix order next time you go to Publix, just hit your promo code BrewPod in the shopping cart, and you'll get 10% off your total order.
Oh, there we go. There we go. I love that, dude. I had a question for you.
Already? Questions?
Yeah, I see you on the Instagram. It's you posting your kid all the time.
Yeah, I
How
got a
is
kid.
all that?
Step off.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, your whole life, your whole identity is now Instagram kid.
It's so boring, isn't it? Like it's
just like every parent.
Exactly. We used to always complain about like, oh, the parents just posted nothing but the kid.
Did we? Did we do that?
You have more of your life than a kid.
I follow you to follow you, not your kid.
Yeah. If I wanted to see your kid, you create an IG for him. But yeah, no, dude, it's been truly crazy awesome. And like, I don't want to get ahead of ourselves talking about like favorite moments and whatnot throughout the year. But the dude, like 2 months ago, and of course the way I am, I bought him nothing but footballs, basketballs, baseballs, all this stuff. There's like 20 balls sitting around in the living room in this toy basket. And I'm telling you, 2 months ago, I think it was 2 months ago, he like caught his first ball. I taught him how to like throw his arms together, his hands together, and he caught his first. And I was just like, and now we do it every day. My dude's playing catch, and it's like this is exactly what I envisioned when I thought about having a kid. 10, 5, 3 years ago.
That's so cool, man.
So like you can start to see like him starting to pick up a certain identity, start to get a personality, and that's just what's been the most enjoyable. And like him walking around everywhere now. Time's flying, dude. Like, cause I mean, me and you talked all throughout the year, and it was just like, hey, how's the dude doing? And I remember like saying like, oh, he's crawling, he's not really moving, he doesn't really talk, blah blah blah. And now, man, just snap of a finger, the dude's about to go 65 down the highway because, it's just the way it is sometimes, man. It's crazy.
How old is he now? I forget. He's like a year and a half or something.
Yeah, he just
right?
He just turned he's 14 months this month. I guess I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I guess the parents say they keep saying months until I don't know, a year and a month.
He was born in November.
Yeah,
is that right?
Yeah. So yeah,
nice.
Over that year milestone,
month.
just crushing life. It's good, man. He's been super healthy. He's going through teething right now, so he got like a mild fever. But other than that, dude, he's just been so healthy. So it's been great, man.
That's so crazy. That's so crazy. I know if I ever have a kid, I'm going to do the same thing with my Instagram. It's funny because like there's 2 other friends that have had a kid in the past year, and they're doing the same thing. Their whole like everything they post is a kid, and I'm not hating on it. It's not like that at all. But like because it's different. You start to see close friends with kids and stuff, and you don't hate on it. It's like different. It gives you a weird sense of like baby fever, I guess, a little bit.
Yeah, you got that itch. You got that. That's why.
I see what you're doing. You just keep saying it. You like baby fever 2023. I'm like, I don't know. Maybe
that's the real problem.
It's still scary to me thinking about having a kid. It's crazy.
We're peeling it back now, and really, it's Jesse. He's like, I'm tired of seeing all these babies because it's giving me baby fever, and I don't want it. I just want it to happen naturally. But I think there's an announcement you do want to make. Do you want to just announce it now, or do you want to wait till the end of the show, make people hang around, and you can announce it later? Okay, we'll do that. Hey, hang around. Jesse has a very important life announcement. A very important life announcement. It was going to kind of be a segue from what I was talking about. Hang around, or hey, if you're impatient, like most of you guys are, you can fast forward to the end of the episode, and Jesse's going to make his announcement. Jesse, wow. I don't know about you, but like this last month. I think it's this last month. Yeah, since the beginning of December. I don't know, dude. My vibes are really high. I just
good
feel
vibes,
like amazing vibes, man. Like life is great.
Are your vibes ever bad though?
Okay, so they can be.
If they are, I never know.
Yeah, and that's probably not a good thing, right? Like that means I'm kind of like holding in, and I'm not really sharing. Well, I don't know.
Well, no, not really. I mean, if I was around you every day in real life, I would know, I guess. But
probably.
You know what I'm saying? Dude, I'm still stretching. I'm still waking up.
Jesse's flexing
You
on
know?
the camera. Make sure you go to the YouTube channel, check him out.
YouTube.
But yeah, so how are your vibes, dude? Like, it's a new year, but besides that, like, just how's life going for you, man? It's been a long time since you talked to the people here about how you're doing.
How is life going? I kind of feel, speaking of kids, it's like, do you feel, and I'm going to ask you a question, but it's kind of like alluding to a small feeling that I think I'm feeling, but I'm not sure. But do you feel like since you've had a kid, do you think it's giving you do you feel like you finally have some sort of meaning, that feeling or something? Mm. Or like before, do you feel like before you didn't really have as much of a, like, quote unquote, like a meaning to your life?
That's a good question.
Or is it giving you more? You know what I mean?
I feel like,
because that's what I'm kind of slightly feeling right now, is like I'm at this point where, like, when you're younger, you have like these ambitions for like kind of self-centered around yourself, and then like I'm almost 35 and I can sort of feel myself slowing down a little bit.
Yeah.
So it's like like a lot of the same things that interest me don't really anymore, like, going out or these big social things, or social media, or or creating stuff for social media, or music, just to, I don't know, it's not as interesting anymore. So I'm thinking, is that because like I suddenly am like feeling like the next thing is probably because I'm not as interested in myself anymore, if that makes sense. I don't know how they really explain that better, but I just kind of feel like it would be, I think, that next chapter feels like a family type thing, I think, but I'm not sure. And plus, it's like, it kind of feels like also like my dad, he's getting worse. He's just getting older, and like his health is deteriorating pretty quickly. So it kind of makes me feel like a sort of like leaning into the next chapter,
right,
as well. Like, not that I haven't felt grown up or anything. I've moved out since I was 18, pretty much.
Right.
So, I don't have that like arrested development thing, but it's like, now that my dad is sort of like, you can feel it, and so it's kind of like, well, after that, what's next? You know what I mean? Like, because I cherish my family, so it's like, don't I want to have a kid that will also cherish us as well? You know what I mean? Like, what's the next point? Like, it's not about me anymore, it feels like. I'm just not interested in promoting myself or being having a ton of friends and all that. So it's like, I don't know. Do you feel like, do you think you were feeling that kind of similar way, or what? Did you just kind of stumble into having a kid a little bit, or
I think
do you feel like you have more meaning now, or more direction, or?
It was planned. It was like, definitely didn't want a kid overseas, because we're staying busy, traveling and all that kind of stuff. And then we're here for a good year and a half, almost 2 years, or a year and a half, and it's like, okay, we're settled down, life is good. I think now's the time, And I think that feeling, it wasn't that strong prior to having him. I think now, though, especially, I think when Christmas came around, that's when it really hit. Like, oh yeah, dude, I want to just get gifts on top of gifts for this guy. If it came to, hey, Justin, what do you want? No, let's spoil the crap out of him and get him a bunch of stuff. Because then, it's just it. I tell you, it's taking up time each day. That's for sure, but in a good way. Like. I think back to prior to him, and I was like, man, what would I be doing right now with all this free time? And I wasn't really doing too much that really, really benefited me. So he came around, and now just hanging out with him when he's awake and all that stuff. It's like, man, this is it. This is good. This is what you look forward to when you think about having a kid. But yeah,
that's a good point you said. Like what would I be doing with this time? And I kind of feel the same way. Like, I don't have, like, I can feel myself like the interest about, like I said, like social media, or like doing things that are, I don't know. Like, a lot of times it's like even playing video games doesn't interest me as much anymore. But I know that's probably a thing you did a lot more before the kid. You know what I mean? But now that's what you're saying. Like, what would I really be doing before this? It's like just playing Warzone or something a lot more. But now it's like you replace that. You can't do that now as much. But it's like, what are you really gaining? You're gaining like this crazy experience that you're raising a kid, and it's like way more fulfilling. Like, I can look back on the year and be like, I played like a few games, but I can't really. There's nothing accomplishing about it. Like, there's nothing that I look back on the year. I'm like, wow, I'm so glad I grinded through Elden Ring. Because it just leaves you with like cool in the moment, but now you're like, okay, but so like that's not really anything fulfilling to me.
And dude, this may sound cheesy.
Maybe when I was 23 or something, but
this may sound real cheesy, but like the thought of like each day you having effect, like really just affecting someone's life and like really molding their life. There's something really powerful about that, and
sure.
And especially when you think back to your own childhood and that's the crazy thing is like we got to experience what it was like to be a child, and we got to experience a certain lifestyle of being raised and whatnot, and we're able to change that, or we're able to follow that. We have that ability to completely affect and mold the child of art, and it's a crazy thought that I think about, and I don't take it lightly. I take it pretty serious because like what you do today echoes in eternity. Oh man, that was Gladiator. That was a Gladiator quote. That was perfect. No, but seriously, like
Marcus Aurelius.
You get it. See, I'm glad you get it, my man.
I love that movie,
dude. So good. And I can't wait till we talk about movies here later in this episode. We got a lot of stuff planned in this episode because honestly, we haven't talked in a year on this show, and you got to do a year recap and everything. But why not start this episode with just some serious talks about family and life? It's good. It's good. We're opening up to you guys.
I love that.
Yeah.
Because that's like, it's been this subtle thing that's on my mind. And like you said, like you want to shower like your kid with gifts. And like, I felt the same way about my two nieces and my nephew. That's all I was thinking about was like, I don't want anything for Christmas. Like, I really don't. But I kept thinking like, oh, I want to get them this, or I want to get my nephew this. And I'm like that, and it's like, wow, I'm really thinking that way. Wouldn't it be nice to do that for my own kid? And like, but does it you ever feel like, do you ever feel like it's just a strange time that everyone is so like kids are so much more exposed to anything, because of phones and stuff. Do you ever think that's going to be that? Probably won't be an issue. I think that's probably like people probably maybe worry too much about it because, like you said, I think the majority of someone's how they are is how they're raised, to a point. But they can go off the rails.
Oh yeah,
in their teens for sure. But I don't really know where I was going with that. But
I think that's most people's fears, right? They're like you see some people saying like, man, I couldn't imagine raising a child in this world today, or how are they going to survive the way life is now? And I'm like.
Yeah,
I bet you
it's
people
dramatic,
have been saying
right?
that for hundreds of years. Like
they have.
The world is constantly
because now
changing.
I'm thinking about it.
Yeah,
I remember like when we were young and Grand Theft Auto, for example, came out, and that was all over the news, and because it was so violent, and sure it is, but like I played it like crazy. I played all the craziest games, violence, but I never really even been in a fight. Never wanted to really do anything violent. So it's like. Like we should put more trust in like how we're raising the kids, and then they'll know more than likely unless they something's crazy chemically imbalanced or whatever. But you know what I mean? Like I think we should put more faith in like we'll raise them correctly, I guess, how you want, I don't know. I don't want to sound super old talking about kids on TikTok. I don't want them to see all this, it's like, but I saw crazy stuff. I watched MTV when I was 12 and they'd have like, skankiest stuff on there and, that stuff you want to keep your kids from, but I saw it and they didn't really make me do anything crazy. Nah. I mean,
you ain't no skank. Closet skank.
You ain't no skank.
No, and that's what's funny too, because I always thought before having a kid, like, man, I got to read so many books, because I have no idea what I'm doing. It's like, how do I make sure they I don't mess them up. I'm not a failure to them and all that kind of stuff. But I honestly, I don't think I haven't opened a book this whole time that he's been
Yeah.
around. I haven't. I mean, the random Google search like, hey, what's a normal
Yeah.
temperature if he's running a fever? But
Sure.
when it comes to stuff like, okay, how should I mold my parenting style so he ends up being a successful a person eventually? Nothing like that. I feel like it's all coming so naturally, and that's what's another great thing about being a parent. It's just you think one day that how can you be responsible for a little guy or a little girl running around, and then the next day you're doing it no problem, and it's just the way of life. So
It's like a natural instinct sort
it's
of
a
kicks
natural
in
instinct,
or whatever.
100% that we all have it in us, but for the majority of the time, our head just gets in the way, and we're like, we don't think we can do it, or we don't think we're ready, and then it happens.
Yeah.
And you're like, man, I could have done this for a while now, or this is nothing. This is the easiest job. So yeah, man.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think it's probably more simple than we think, and I have no clue about anything about kids, obviously, but I mean, we're doing good. You
Yeah,
know, lots of other people we know are doing good. I'm sure
Hell yeah.
none of their parents read books. Books probably weren't even invented that some
Right.
people read now. So
Yeah.
just trust your gut. Dude, I want to do, I could talk about this for a lot longer. I know I could.
Yeah.
I want to do, so I thought of a lightning round of questions, just kind of recap our last year.
I love it. I love
Since
it.
we didn't do it. When was our last podcast?
I think February of 2022, right before I left.
It was.
Yep.
It was, yeah. I looked at that the other day. I was like, when was our last one? And
I can't believe it, man.
I saw it was that I was still I can say it now, I was in Colombia
Yeah.
for work. And that was crazy. I forgot we even did that.
Dude,
like
yeah,
I
you brought
listened
your
to it
gear
like
with
about
you.
5 minutes the other day because I was like, when did we do this? And I played it. And I was like, oh, I was down there.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's about a year. Dude, that is nuts.
It's crazy, man.
So I got like I said, I just have a lightning round of questions.
I love it.
I have a few answers, I think. And then I put it on Instagram last night for people to kind of give some answers. I'm going to read those two after we answer.
I love it.
Shout out to everyone who answered. I hope you're listening.
Yeah.
But it's cool. So I wanted to start off with favorite. Speaking of, we're talking about not playing video games as much, but what was your favorite game of last year?
Man, and,
What do you
and
think?
I looked at that
You can
question.
say Warzone.
No, because like I didn't even like
Probably nothing.
probably
much.
nothing, man. Like honestly,
Yeah.
I wish there was something new and exciting, and I had fallen off completely. I think I'm a chump now.
I feel like I've fallen off too. I mean, I played Elden Ring because I had nothing else to do that much on my time off in Colombia, so I was playing it there. I could not play that game now here. It takes way too much grinding and way too much time. And then I played God of War, Ragnarok. I mean, that was solid. It was a lot like the first one, so it's like it didn't strike me as favorite. But I will say, I think my favorite game, I think, of the whole year, brought it back is Battlefield. I think towards the end of last year, I jumped hard back into it, and it's got me hooked.
I love it.
And I'm just trying to get you on there with me
You're
one
trying.
time.
You're trying.
I got my brother on there one time.
That
He was
helps.
into it, and I was like, hey, I'm just trying to convert people slowly from the Warzone life. But I haven't been playing it that much. That was my favorite, I guess, maybe favorite game of the year. I don't know what else I played. Nothing comes to mind.
Dude, call me a nerd or whatever, but ever since I got into the grad program, so what's really cool about it is instead of textbooks, they gave us actual books to read. So it was like a list of like 10 different books, and I really dove into that. And dude, I have one. It's called Atomic Habits. Okay, this one
I've heard of this.
This one is by far one of the best books I've ever read.
I saw this on Instagram the other day.
Yeah, dude.
The author, I think
James Clear,
tweeted,
yeah.
I think he tweeted something. Yeah,
Dude, it's so good. And I mean, just a little bit about it. It talks about imagine like a plane taking off from Los Angeles and having to go to like New York City, and you imagine the route, and then before they take off, the pilot adjusts the heading like 3 degrees, a couple feet. You know, it doesn't seem like much, right? It's just a couple feet, and then next
Sure.
thing you know, by the time you get
you're
to
in
your
Savannah,
destination-
Georgia.
yeah, exactly. You're far away from New York City, right? Just
Yeah.
that couple of feet, and that's what it really focuses on. It's like if you go out for a 20-minute jog, you're probably still, and you're trying to get in shape, you're probably still not going to be in shape tomorrow. Or if you slam a whole pizza tonight, you're probably not going to be overweight tomorrow. You know, it's all about the small changes in life, and how slow it happens too, and like especially in the beginning, they call like the valley of disappointment. I think that they call it, where you expect like a straight linear line of constant improvement, but really when you're doing those small changes, you actually dip down, and you actually don't see the positive changes until you actually time starts to go on, and then it starts to increase, climb more. But anyway, that's just a little bit about it, and I thought it was just an awesome book of like to step back and kind of analyze your life and the tiny habits. It just makes sense, you know. Everyone's trying to do big changes constantly. Like, man, I'm gonna go from broke to rich right away. I'm gonna go from fat to skinny, not fat and skinny to fat. Come on, no one's trying to do that. And that's just not how life works. So there, I stepped off my pedestal. Camera just died,
goals.
so it's cool. Yeah, man. That's what it comes down to.
It's just gonna be my face now. I'm just gonna be full screen.
I love it.
Dude, lightning round.
Lightning round.
That's great.
Sorry,
I want to
round.
read that book. I saw that. That was on my list of. I have a lot of books I need to read. But
yeah, man.
What was your favorite movie or show of the year?
Yes, Top Gun Maverick. Favorite movie.
Oh my god! I knew you were going to say it. I knew you were going to say it,
dude. It was so good. The nostalgia. I don't know. I'm a sucker for the first one, and then the second one came out, and I watched it when I was deployed at the theater there. And like they had the volume like maxed for some reason. So like the beginning where it's on the flight line and the music was just, and I was like, oh yeah, Top Gun, and it was great. It was great. It was
so
great.
Funny,
but
dude. Because I'm literally like the opposite. I think I did not like it that much.
Okay,
yeah.
This is good. We can't always.
Yeah, I could talk about it. I think I'm alone because, like we were talking about the Instagram or whatever.
Yeah.
Question. I already saw that a lot of people said Top Gun.
Oh hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
I tell you what, it wasn't. I didn't hate it. It was just. I ruined myself watching movies because I just pick it apart. I'm like, that's not realistic. That's not realistic.
Yeah.
He would get fired for that.
Right.
This doesn't make sense.
You ain't gonna be a captain for 30 years.
He'd go Mach 10, blew the thing up, and then they just send him to do Top Gun.
Yeah. That's
doesn't
the fun,
make
though,
sense.
Jesse. That's the fun. It's a movie.
I know. I don't have fun watching movies.
I know. You're one of those old guys that are just, you know, you don't get the kids on TikTok. No, to be fair, I haven't watched too many movies this year. It was a down year for me in the movies. I guess I really only watched ones that love that unlimited minutes while I'm talking.
Yeah,
so.
I had to do that real quick.
Yeah, we're about to lose our Zoom.
Our Zoom
call.
meeting was. I didn't want to lose your recording. So
I think I actually
there we
watched
go.
more movies while I was deployed in the theater there. Like another one. Have you heard of Black Phone? It was like a scary thriller movie. I thought it was like one of the greatest scary movies I've seen in recent time, and I think it should set the tone for scary movies going forward. But outside of that, dude, not too many movies for me. So maybe that's why Top Gun Maverick was number one.
What was your favorite show?
Ooh. So does it count if it was a brand new season of the show and the last season of the show?
Yeah, that's fine.
The Last
It
Kingdom,
could be an old
100%.
show that you. Yeah.
Yeah, the new
Okay.
season came out and I watched it. Oh my gosh.
I didn't watch the new season, and I thought I did. And here's why I thought I did, because Katie watched it, and I said, you've watched it. And I said, I guess I watched it. So I need to watch the last season.
Yes.
I can't believe it. Of The Last Kingdom.
And what's coming out next is a movie. So that's exciting.
Coffee's done. Finally.
Also Yellowstone.
let's see.
Let me add Yellowstone to the shows because
That's on my list to watch.
yeah, I watched that. I binged through the 4th season while deployed. Now the 5th season's out, and I'm watching it now. It's
dude.
extra. But anyway, what's your favorite?
It's
What's your
extra.
favorite movie and shows of this year?
I didn't have a favorite movie. Nothing. comes
Obviously
to mind.
not,
But I
because
don't
you
watch a lot of
criticize everything,
movies.
so you hate them
I
all.
know. I'm the worst, man. The good thing was I watched Top Gun on the plane coming back, I think, from Scotland. And so
perfect.
I couldn't talk to anyone. Usually, if I watch a movie with Katie, I'm like, I'm just like that guy that's like, that's not realistic.
Yeah.
Why would he'd be fired. All these things. Oh, a tomcat's going to take down fifth generation. Yeah, okay,
Fifth
sure.
generation, the enemy. I love that they never mention a specific
Who it
country. It was
was.
always the enemy. He's got the fifth generation, and I'm like, let's go.
They make it feel like it's Russia, but I feel like
They do.
realistically it'd be China.
Yeah,
Because like China has more tech, I think.
could be.
I don't know.
Pause the lightning round because you remind me something that I'd love to talk about for a second.
There we go.
You went to Scotland, my man. A bucket list.
Oh yeah, so I'm going to get to that because I have a thing that says favorite personal moment. Of the year,
Okay. Sorry,
that's
got
kinda,
ahead of myself. All right, so let's keep lightning round. I apologize.
Spoiler alert. That's what it is.
Spoiler alert. Hang around for the whole show because Jesse has an important life announcement at the end of the show. All right.
My favorite show of the year, though, was I think the Game of Thrones one, the House of Dragon. That was surprisingly good.
Okay.
But then I think the surprise one, I think, was White Lotus on HBO. I don't know how we ended up watching that, but
I've heard about that show. Heard people talking about it. I haven't watched it one bit.
I thought it was fun. It was fun to watch. How about favorite song of the year?
There's too many, man.
Got anything that comes to mind? Too many?
I may just do albums.
Our favorite album. Yeah,
I was
or artist.
I
whatever.
I will die on this hill. I think I'm one of the few that really enjoyed Drake's.
I knew it. I said, "Are you going to say Drake?"
No, Drake's first album of the year. Do you remember that one?
Mm-mm.
It was like
he had two albums.
Yeah, so he released one.
Oh, dude, I'm so out of it.
It was what the heck? Oh yeah, it was Honestly Nevermind, and that was the one that was in the springtime, and it was like a dance. It didn't feel like Drake. It was a very dance type song.
I think I vaguely remember. Yeah.
Yeah,
you like that one?
I loved it.
I like that.
Now saying that, his new one is awesome as well. Big fan.
I like that.
I'm such
the
a
memes
such a
that 21.
I know.
Can you do something for me? And he's like, I like flamboyant. I love those. Those memes.
The album cover is the worst thing I've ever seen, but that's okay.
And I don't even know what it looks like.
And then Chainsmokers dropped a new album this year too, so you know I'm a fan.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm a fan. But what you got? What you got? Tell me your goods.
Mine's simple. It's just favorite song is probably "I'm in Love with You" by the 1975.
Oh, I remember you sharing that. 1975s, man. They got such a good vibe to them.
That's all we listened to in Scotland, and the reason why is because that's about all I had downloaded to my phone.
Nice.
So, and we never really had good cell service. So anyway, what about favorite event of the year? I mean, it could be a celebrity thing, could be like a pop culture, it could be like a political thing.
How about you tell me yours so you can.
Mine was,
get me started.
I think, the Will Smith slap. I was just so intrigued with that. The whole thing, the leading up to it, that the part that happened, the fact that he got an award and he was crying and like it just felt, and he was still in there like he wasn't like it was just so bizarre.
Keep my
the intrigue
name
after
out
like
your mouth.
Yeah, the memes.
Yeah.
I love Will Smith, but the fact that he just majorly cracked was refreshing, I think, because he's always so positive and upbeat, and just the fact that he cracked in such a huge way, and he's bounced back. It's fine. But and also the intrigue that Chris Rock like was not saying anything. He just laid low.
Weird.
And I was like, what is going on? Yeah.
It felt so
and the whole relationship with
too,
them.
It felt like at first.
Like Jada and Will's relationship and that messy thing, and like I'm still so intrigued with their dynamic. Like he's so like good image positive, and she's like, let's get around this red table and put all of our baggage out there. And I think that's so interesting to me how someone because his message is so positive, and well, I don't know, it's just that's my favorite one of the year. What about you?
I tell you, it's funny because I had to kind of. It was a lot happened last year, so I had to do some refreshing. So I literally just Googled, what did I Google? Favorite moment 2022. All right, and the first thing that pops up is the 20 biggest pop culture moments of 2022. And at the top of the list, Will Smith's Oscar meltdown. So, obviously that's a big thing. How about? Yeah, I'm looking through some of this. I'm thinking.
I love it.
You got Kanye West. his
I
wild
was going to
year.
give you some ideas. Kanye, Kim, and what's that dude's name that Kim was dating?
Pete Davidson, you got his name in the spotlight. You got Elon Musk taking over Twitter, and him just.
I mean, that was kind of fun to see it all, but not really as entertaining. Like I don't know how I feel about Elon. He's trying to be like edgelord type of thing on Twitter, and like it's just I don't really know. I'm like, what is this? Like he knows his audience. I think his following.
Yeah,
it's just weird how people are such a huge fan. Like I've seen friends that don't even use Twitter come to Twitter just because they're fanboys of Elon, and it's kind of like I mean I don't really get it. I really don't. But anyway, I mean those are good moments. How about this? I think they were we can move on from that.
Okay.
Because I got another one for you. How about this? Favorite sports moment of the year? That I know you got lots, right? What was your favorite?
Yeah,
sports
and
moment?
you may not be expecting this answer.
I probably don't know.
But you probably heard of it. But so it like throughout the year, any of my favorite teams, nothing really good happened. It was kind of a down year for all the teams. So there was no really favorite sports moment of for my teams. But the favorite sports moment that I watched would have to be the World Cup final that happened.
I missed that
in December.
Yeah, I heard that was crazy.
It was probably one of the greatest sporting events that I have watched in a long time. And it's crazy because we're talking soccer, right? We're not talking a very popular sport in the U.S. But dude, it's fun. World Cup is so fun because you just start to see everyone come out of the woodworks and they're like, USA, and they're just like they're actually investing in it, and it's super fun for everyone to come around, and we're all rooting for the same thing. But that World Cup final was just it was one for the making, and Messi goes down as one of the greatest, and it was super awesome to watch. But what's more interesting is your favorite sports moment because I can't wait to hear it.
Oh man, do you know what?
Do you have a favorite sports moment?
I do actually.
Okay. All right.
I can't remember the guy's name, but that NASCAR finish that dude slung.
Oh, that he slung around the board or the wall.
I thought, I just thought that was, and his interviews, he was just like, I'd done it in video games before, and I just figured why not try it? What was that NASCAR? What was his name? I want to say it. So, basically, if you don't know people, like this dude was like, it was the last lap, and they were coming around the curve. And everyone's inside the corner, turning left real tight, tight and slow because there's a huge group of cars. And this dude, there's a clearing on the right because no one goes far corner, against the wall. So he just floors it last lap, hugs the wall, beats up his car, and then slings past it looks like 20 cars or something nuts.
Yeah.
And he gets in third or fourth. Anyway, he gets to a point where he goes to he qualifies for whatever the next thing is. Yeah, pretty much, whatever they call it. And I just thought, I don't keep up with NASCAR, but I was like, that is so sick to see someone do that. You'll probably never see it again. I don't know.
No, I've never seen anything like that before. Never.
I thought that was so cool. I'm sorry I don't know the dude's name. I forgot.
I think it's bad. Ross something. I don't know.
Ross Perot.
Ross Pro. Congrats to you, brother.
Dude, what was your... Okay, here we go. Favorite personal moment of the year?
Dude.
I mean, we probably... Maybe touched on it a little bit. When your son caught the ball.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I literally have that as a slash as my second part. First part was going up to Wisconsin and going to Lambeau Field for the first time ever.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I forgot that happened.
Yeah, man.
That's nuts.
That was incredible. An incredible day, an incredible weekend. Shout out to my boys. Took me in, took me out. And that was crazy. It was an incredible time. It's just the insane feeling that you get, and even people that are not like Green Bay fans, they go in there and they're like, man, just the feeling that you get when you walk into that stadium. And I felt it, man. I had bumps on top of my geese. I'm telling you, it was crazy, dude.
Bumps on top of my geese.
It was just wild times, man. Yeah, by far the favorite personal moment.
That's so sick, man.
Geez, a close second.
I totally forgot about that. I don't think about you too much.
I know, I hate you too. But listen, now it's your time. Tell me, dude. This
favorite.
This has been a bucket list of yours for a very long time, and you decided
and I don't
to go
know why I didn't go to Scotland when you were living in the UK.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Money, I think.
You hate me.
And I was in Alaska.
You were in Alaska.
It's just so expensive.
Yeah.
But going to Scotland. Recap that real quick. me and Katie, we flew into Edinburgh, got a car. We didn't even stay there. Stayed in some castle way south of Edinburgh. It was sick. Then we went, picked up the rental car, which was a 4-door Jeep Wrangler with a rooftop tent. So it was sick. I'm very, I'm familiar with Wrangler, so that's why we got it. And then, so then we hit it to Glasgow for like 2 days. Loved that town unexpectedly. I thought it was sort of like, from what people say, Edinburgh is a nice place, which it is. And then Glasgow is like dingier and whatever. But me and Katie were like, oh, this place is dope. Like, it's nice. We could probably live here, maybe. But, and then we just took off after that. We just did a huge road trip all around the, Isle of Skye. Same place you went, all the way to the north part of Scotland, as far north as you can go, pretty much, and back down. I think we went to Inverness or something. Then, camped next to Loch Ness, camped next to North Coast in the tent. Camped all these weird places. Isle of Skye, we camped somewhere, some field, of sheep everywhere. It was sick. And it was just really meaningful because it's like, as far as I know, that's where the majority of my family comes from. We don't have too much paperwork or anything, but like a lot of, I don't know, it's just where I'm from. There's a lot of Scottish heritage, I guess, kind of concentrated in the area. So it was really cool to be the first person that I know of in my family to go back and just like imagine like where people lived, like, or whatever. So I don't know. It's crazy. It's a harsh landscape. I'm surprised people live there. Like, it still is, like, there's just so much sheep farmers, and I'm like, this looks like a rough place to live. Like, I don't know. It's beautiful, though. I want to go back.
By far, one of the most beautiful places I've ever been.
Yeah, and I didn't even know. We ended up hitting up, like, the same spots.
Yeah.
Like, we went to
You were standing,
Hagrid's
like, in the same spot that I
spot.
was standing in a picture, yeah.
We ended up camping there, and what's the name of that part? I forget that part of the. Well, anyway, we ended up camping there, and then on our way out, I'm looking over at Google Maps, and it just says Hagrid's Hut, a location, and I'm like, I stop on that little tiny road, and I look over to the left, and it's up that hill, like it's right on the road, pretty much, and I go, oh my God! I was like, is this really the place? And then we go up there, and like we're just looking around. I'm like, this is the same spot. This is where they did it. And then after the fact, I looked at pictures and look at my pictures, and I was like,
yeah,
this is the same place. Like, it's in the middle of nowhere, really. Like,
right.
I don't know how they would have even really found that spot or like decided this is what it is. But dude, crazy.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I saw all the stuff.
So awesome. Such an awesome place, right?
Dude, and then the last question I had
is that all you got?
That's all I got, man. That's
you
my
went to
favorite.
Scotland and that's all you got?
I mean, it was insane,
Did
man.
you bring any
I loved
souvenirs
the
back? Did you
food,
have, what was your favorite food
scotch.
there, favorite drink?
I tried a bunch of scotch. Brought a couple bottles back. Brought some wool blankets back.
Do you like,
And,
do you have a favorite scotch? Do you have like the peaty scotch, the Islay scotch, or are you more of a, like
I like the more
Highlands?
the one I got is dang it, I can't. Blair
put you on the spot.
Atoll
Okay.
is the name of the distillery, and I can't remember where it's. I think it's actually the town is Blair Atoll or something like that. Middle of nowhere. It's sort of near Loch Ness.
Do you love
it's
it?
definitely not like it, I do. It has like it's very smooth.
Yeah.
Kind of like a taste of honey to it.
Yeah.
Not a lot of bite. Like you can just drink it straight up, no problem.
I found it
I'm trying
crazy.
to ration it so I don't use it all.
Yeah. No, I found it crazy. We did the Scotch whiskey experience in Edinburgh, and when you go through there, they like sit you down at a table and they put 5 glasses in front of you for like the 5 different regions in Scotland, and they pour like, and each one is so significantly different.
They are, yeah.
And we're talking about
it's like
Scotland
way
here.
different.
Yeah.
Some are like crazy smoky. Some
Yeah.
are like very smooth and subtle, like not even harsh at all. Yeah, it's crazy. I love drinking them now. I really like it. I like the mouth numbness you get from it, like that sensation. And just like the more you have some, the more you like kind of get those like complex, like it's like a little journey of flavors, like from the smell
like
to
wine.
the taste, and then after.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a lot of different. It's sort of akin to like I think spicy food to me a
Okay.
little bit
Yeah, yeah.
because like it's a short burst of different feelings, flavor than hot, spicy, like a
Yeah.
burn. So it's pretty fun, pretty sick. And then Edinburgh, yeah, we finished off at Edinburgh. That place is crazy,
It's
beautiful.
amazing. Yeah.
Castles everywhere. We went in that Harry Potter store. I did not want to go in there. It's the tiniest little thing.
Everything's
You guys
tiny
went
over
there, yeah?
No, I think we walked by it. We didn't go in.
Oh, yeah. You didn't miss much. I mean, it was just a bunch of, like,
Tourist stuff.
to be honest, like cheap,
Yeah.
plasticky stuff that's just like wands that are just like every character's wand. You could buy one,
Yeah.
but it wasn't like high quality, and it was packed. I keep burping. I'm sorry.
See, we went to Harry
much
Potter
coffee.
World in London, and that's where I think that's where like we may have spoiled our experiences going forward. Like we don't think anything's going to come close to that. Like the actual studio and like the merchandise you could buy there was like high quality. Like you felt like it was the real stuff. But I think it spoiled it for us because like if we go to the Disney Harry Potter, it's like okay, this has been Disney-fied and it's not really the same thing. So yeah, oopsie.
Disney-fied. Oopsie.
Do you want to go to Disney? Have you ever been?
I went a long time ago, but I don't really count it as like a full thing. It was like back in the day when I was in the band, and then we played some show in Florida. I think
You're so cool.
near, like Orlando. I mean, it was like it wasn't a
Oh,
big
no
deal,
big
but there
deal.
was
You're
some
just playing
girl
shows.
there that knew one of the guys in the band, like vaguely. I don't know how. But she came to the show, and she worked at Disney, and she ended up getting us free tickets the next day.
Oh wow.
But we got there so late for some reason. We just got there real late. So we just kind of walked around. I think we rode like one or two things. And then we just kind of like, okay, we're here. Like, so it wasn't like a legitimate visit. But I want to go now. I'd like to see all the Star Wars stuff. That'd be cool.
Okay.
But I'm not really a huge Disney person. I don't know. It's fine.
Yeah.
But
I think the thought of all the people really just have me not wanting to go.
yeah, that's the big thing.
I don't think
see
I'll enjoy it
videos
one
of
bit.
people. It's the older I get, the it's not like I have anxiety, but it's like I need to get out of here. The type of feeling, like
Yep.
so
Run
that's
into
what
my
even
arms.
grocery
Yeah.
stores, man. I'd need to go to I'd rather
Yeah.
go to a little bit more expensive grocery store than Walmart because I can't deal with. It's just too much. It's just I don't know what it is. I don't know.
The best time for me is when I can go to Publix at like 7:30 in the morning or 7 in the morning,
Yeah.
and just take my shopping cart around. No one's really there. That's a good time. That's a good
I
time.
love Publix.
Yeah, man,
Pub
me
sub for life.
too. Pub sub for life.
Florida baby.
I keep looking up at my camera. It's dead, but I keep looking up there.
Oh no!
Good
We'll have to
times.
buy you a new battery. I think I probably have some batteries. I'll send them to you.
We're just gonna have to use
Old batteries.
this Zoom video. Hey, all you
I will.
cool cats and kittens.
I'm going to.
All right, let's go. Lightning round.
Yeah, last one. What was your favorite gift of the last year?
Now, what did you mean by this? Like the favorite thing I bought myself, the favorite thing I bought for
Sure.
somebody, or
Or
What are we talking
receiving anything that comes to mind.
what was your favorite gift?
My new camera, I think.
Oh yeah, that's a good gift.
Got a new crazy camera. It's pretty nuts, man.
And now we're using it like crazy.
Yeah,
We're
we're
so
going
back.
to.
We're recording
I have
twice a
two
week.
cameras now. I'm going to do two camera angles.
Whoa, one from above,
I'm
one from
not.
below.
I should.
Man, I guess it'd be my new car. I guess since I traded the 4Runner in before I left on my deployment, and then got the Telly. So I think that's probably my favorite purchase.
It's pretty dope, huh? That Telluride.
Yeah, I love it so much. It's so easy.
That's
on road
crazy,
trips.
man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love it, man. It's a real shame because like I love Toyotas, but they just like stopped improving their technology and interior, and they've just been banking on the name Toyota, and which is fine. Like
Ooh,
they are
yeah.
known to last forever, but
Yeah.
Kia in the last like 5 years were like, all right, bet this is our time to shine, and it's just insane what all they came up with.
I think that's like my biggest gripe with car manufacturers is, for instance, when I bought my car, even when I bought it, I said, this like touchscreen in the middle already feels 5 years old or something, and slow and
Yeah,
buggy and dumb. And that's my biggest gripe about new cars is they all do that. They're all like, I mean, I akin it to like an iPhone camera versus like a film camera or something. Like it's just different. Like one's very mechanical, the other one's like, here, I'll do all the work for you. Like very computer smart. But sometimes you just want to like the mechanical one because you know exactly what's going on.
Yeah.
And
But
like
how
that's why I
does the
fantasize
camera?
about having like an old Jeep or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
How does the camera in a phone continue to get better? Like, when is it going to hit that wall? Like, why does it, when a new phone comes out, all the pictures look amazing, and then a year goes by, and you're like, wow, this camera's not as good as this new camera that came into the new iPhone? Like, I don't. Are they ever going to hit a wall? Like, there's only. I feel like there's only so much you can do.
It's at we're past the point of like that diminishing returns where you make a great leap, and now we're just getting like small incremental.
Yeah.
You know, they're starting to introduce like more stabilization with video, and it's kind of like, okay, like it was already stable, but now it's better, and now it's like a portrait mode type thing.
Yeah, which you
cinematic
hate.
mode during video, which I hate.
You hate.
It
Yeah,
looks
so much.
so fake.
That's why I
But
do it for you.
If you're not used to looking with that lens or whatever they're trying to look for or use, you just pick it apart. You know, you
Yeah.
can tell it's a computer generating.
I get so
blurry
self-conscious
background.
about posting pictures on Instagram, knowing like sometimes I want to hide you from my story so you don't look at it and like embarrass me.
I don't think anything of pictures usually. The pictures are usually pretty good.
Thanks,
9
man.
times out of
They're all
10.
of my kids, so I know you're lying.
But video, when people try and use that cinematic mode, it makes me want to throw up, and I'm such a snob about it. And I know.
I don't.
When I think
I've
about it, it's
actually used
crazy.
that much.
Do you have the phone that has the?
Yeah,
the newer
but like
phone?
I
Yeah.
think I just always go to video, and even the video looks fake sometimes. Like when you're taking it, like the right lighting, it's like whoa. But cinematic, I forgot about cinematic.
There's so much going on that the video and pictures, it's like doing like it's crazy impressive. Yeah, take some pictures, dude. Are you taking pictures or video?
I'm smoldering into the cinematic video.
Like I'm not trying to be a phone hater. I really don't like. They're crazy for what they do. It's this tiny little thing that you have in your pocket all the time, and it's super high quality.
That's
But
what
I
she
don't know
said.
where they can go from here. Like I don't know how you can
Yeah.
make it better without
It's exhausting.
actually introducing like real physical bigger lenses, but you don't want bigger with a phone. They always want to keep it sleek. So I don't know how they're going to do that.
I agree. But hey, can you dive into our Instagram answers, or were you doing that?
Oh,
Like, yeah. Give some people
My
some
bad.
shout outs. The one I saw was Tev. Shout out Tev with the God Did song. Yeah, that's a banger if I ever heard one.
He said God did, but I don't even know what that was in reference to. So I'm glad you know. Who?
Yeah, man.
Is that
DJ
Drake?
Khaled's song got Lil Wayne on it.
Oh.
It's got everyone on it. It's a giant collab. But you listen to it, I promise you might start beating your chest a second. You know, get real fired up. All right, what else?
Yeah, I might. DJ
You
Khaled. Let's see. So favorite movie show of the year. We got Gracie saying Mayor of Easttown for drama and Hacks for comedy.
Wow, I haven't seen those.
Eric Berger, shout out Eric Berger, said
What up,
late to the
EB?
game,
Shoot the
but
J.
loving the Crown. The Crown is pretty
Oh.
good. It's not bad, not bad. It's pretty good.
Okay.
Dramatic. Tev said Wakanda Forever and Top Gun. Oh, both. I haven't seen Wakanda
I haven't
Forever.
seen Wakanda
but
Forever. Top
it
Gun,
doesn't
baby.
look I don't know. Top Gun. I mean, I don't know. I need to watch it again, and I need to watch it like with proper like good TV and
Yeah.
good sound. And,
Yeah.
but it's still anyway. I don't want to talk about it. Okay, what up, Perry Winters? He said everything, everywhere,
Perry.
all at once. That's that Netflix one I didn't watch. And then we have someone. You might know who this is. I don't know. It says Eddie C6226.
What up,
Top
Eddie?
Gun.
Don't know him.
What up, Eddie? And then Katie, I asked her to get on here and write some
Hell yeah,
answers.
Katie.
She actually put a good answer here. Succession. That's good.
I watched
that
one episode of that. I didn't get back to it.
I did the same thing. I watched it and I said, "This ain't for me." And then
Right.
Katie said, "Just do it again. Watch, give it a chance." And it's so good. Actually, that
Okay.
might be my favorite show last year. Now that I'm thinking,
Okay,
because that
okay.
one was
All right.
crazy.
That's all you need to say. Hey, did you ever watch Ted Lasso, by the way?
No, I never did.
Oh my gosh.
Everyone talks about. I know, but that's like an
Yeah.
Apple TV thing, right? I don't have that.
Yeah,
I don't
it
want
is.
to keep signing up for all these things. It's like
Just do the free
I don't
trial,
know.
binge it for a week, you're done. All right, next.
Yeah. All right, next. And then she said Catherine the Great. That's on Hulu. It's like a
Haven't seen
comedy about Catherine the Great, Russia. It's so funny. It's so good. Give that one a chance. It's really
Okay.
funny.
Okay.
And it's historical kind of. Let's see. And then stupid. I know all these are going to be sarcastic because it's from Colton. He said Transformers 2.
There you go. There you go. Throwback.
And Derek Horton, who used to, shout out Derek, he used to be my neighbor at
He's
Scott.
Florida bound.
Oh, is he?
Yep. He's
Oh,
going to
he
be
is,
down the
yeah.
road from me. Shout out, Derek.
Yeah, he said movie Top Gun, and then
Oh, yeah,
show
brother.
Kenobi. Oh, Kenobi. Oh, yeah, I
Kenobi.
forgot about that. Kenobi, it had its really good
Never watched
moments.
it, actually.
And then, I don't know, yeah. It had a good ending. Oops. And then, okay. Callie, Katie's sister, said Wakanda Forever. Okay. And then
Okay.
D Brown, shout out D Brown, said Raised
D.
by
Breezy.
Wolves.
Oh.
Raised by Wolves. What's that? What is that thing?
I don't know. Maybe he's telling us that he was once raised by wolves.
Here we go. Favorite song of the year. Tev said God Did. You said, Yep. And then Perry Winter said The Disappearing Act by Coheed and Cambria. Love Coheed. I need
Okay.
to. I've heard that song. I just can't think of it. Katie said Potion by Dua Lipa. I've heard that song so many times because I heard
Dua Lipa.
Dua Lipa. Colton said Eiffel 64 Blue. Is that their name?
I'm blue. Dabba dee dabba die.
Eiffel 64. I thought it was Eiffel something. I don't know.
That song was
love that
actually
song,
remade
too.
last year.
I really do love that song. I know.
It was
Yeah, I
ma-
heard it.
Yeah.
I was like, what is this? Derek Horton said, it must really suck to be 4 Years Strong right now, re-recorded by 4 Years
That's
Strong.
a long title.
That is. I thought he
But
was
it's probably
telling me it
good.
must suck, but... And then Donald Odom, my old flight chief in Anchorage, he's retired
What up,
now.
D?
Shout out, D. He said, Cover Me Up by Morgan Wallen.
Okay,
Interesting.
love Morgan Wallen.
I don't know how about.
There's
I
been
don't
some
know how I
good
feel about
country
Morgan.
songs this last year.
Yeah, I think it's coming around a little bit. I don't know. It's slow. Country is the slowest.
There's some that
I
get
don't
you in
know.
your feelings, really get you.
Muscle Poppy. Do I know who this is? Muscle Poppy.
What up, Muscle?
Yeah, what up, Muscle? What up, Poppy? It said
Yeah, what
Alien
up, Poppy?
Superstar.
Okay. I love that, Poppy.
Callie said Kill Bill by SZA. I do like SZA.
Okay. Little SZA, that latest album is pretty awesome.
And then D Brown said any cover by Buckets the Drummer. Buckets the Drummer. I got to look up who that is.
Okay.
And then, all right, let's see. Favorite event of the year. All right. I see oh my God. Perry Winter said Elon Musk losing $100 billion is pretty top tier. He lost $100 billion.
I didn't know he lost that much.
He bought it for $44 billion or something like that.
Right.
And the stock must have dropped.
Oh,
How did
yeah,
he
that's
lose
right.
100? Because I don't know. 100 billion?
That's all so much money.
I can't believe he bought it for $44 billion too. That's nuts money to me. Katie said favorite event is Pete Davidson and Kim K. I
Yep.
mean, it's pretty good. She also said Will Smith's meltdown. I was like, wow.
Love it. You guys are the same people.
She said several. She said the Bennifer wedding in Savannah. So I guess J-Lo and Ben Affleck, yeah, they got married here. And we were like around town. They were like, it was a place we actually go to a lot, this hotel that has a rooftop bar. They were like, oh, yeah, it's closed up. They bought the whole thing for the day
Damn.
or whatever. It's super cool. And then Colton said Woodstock 99. You know
Okay.
what? I watched that documentary, though, about Woodstock 99, and didn't really tell me anything new, I don't think. But you should watch that documentary. I think it's on Netflix. Pretty crazy, man. They did it at an old Air Force base in New York. Did you know that? A shut down Air
did not
Force
know
base. That's where they hosted Woodstock 99, which ended up being a huge disaster because they did it on the runway. So it's just like this hot time of year, and they have all these people on a runway and scalding hot, and they don't have enough facilities there. Like it wasn't an open place. You know what I mean? It was just old hangars and all this stuff. It was a disaster. Crazy.
Jeez.
And then shout out Muscle Poppy. He said my promotion ceremony. Who is this? I gotta find this out.
Is that
Promotion ceremony.
MD?
Caleb J. Oh,
What
it's
up,
someone
Caleb?
that I don't know. It's someone I follow. Hey, shout out Muscle Poppy. I don't know who that. All right, so that's all we got for that. So, favorite sports moment of the year. Real quick, here we go. Here we go. Eric Berger, shout out B. He
What
said
up, B?
Michigan beating Ohio State again. Okay, nice. I don't have anything to say about that. Okay, here we go. Perry Winter, shout out Perry. He said the Vols beating Bama. I mean, I didn't watch the game, but that was a pretty big upset. Katie said Wordle.
Okay. Yeah.
Wordle. And then Colton said, of course, the fall of the Berlin Wall. Favorite sports moment. Derek Horton, he said Colorado Avalanche winning the Stanley Cup.
There you go.
Lord have mercy. I wouldn't know what that is. Colorado Avalanche, I would
Hockey.
think. Yeah. And then shout out Donald Odom. He said Houston Astros winning the World Series.
Okay.
He didn't even know they won. That's how little I paid attention.
Braves won
Hey,
last year.
shout out the
Year before.
Astros for cheating. Muscle Poppy
I
said,
got 'em.
the World Cup. Got him with the cheating.
Yeah.
Everyone just forgets about that. I'm just kidding. That's all we got. That's all the
Love it.
responses we got. It was pretty good.
That's awesome. Thank you guys so much for responding. We'll try to throw some more interactive Q&As in there, and then we'll get ahead of ourselves and we'll get stressed out, and everything will be fine.
Stressed out. What time are we at right now?
We're at an hour. We're about to shut it down, man.
Well, we can. Because we could run on and on and on and on. I know we could. But I want to say, let's end it off with, what do you want more in your life? What do you think? Time?
There's not enough time
I think
today.
that's probably the best answer. That really is. I would actually say time or energy. Trying to figure out ways to maximize my energy, because sometimes I get home and it's just like I have lofty ideas when I'm at work, and I'm like, when I get home, I'm going to do this, this, this. And, you slowly like try and get like the atomic habits of setting, like eating the right things to keep you going through the day, exercising, but not exercising too hard to make you exhausted, or, watch what you're eating, how you conducting yourself through the day. That will play into that later, what you're drinking. Are you drinking enough water? So I'm trying to figure that out, because a lot of the times I will get home and just be spent, you know what I mean? And then I'm not doing anything I really want, or like I'll have some ideas about, I want to fix this thing at the house, or I want to clean this, or I want to, I don't know, lots of stuff. But, energy is just evading me, whatever that is. Or like sometimes as simple as cooking. I'm like, I have this idea. I want to cook this whole thing. I'll drive home. I would drive right past the grocery store, and I'm like, not today. I'm not going in. I'm so tired. I don't even want to walk in to do all that. And it's just like, and it's probably just being super lazy. So you train your mindset.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like your body's so used to choosing the other route, the lazy route, so it's accustomed and it's accepting that, and it's like, this is normal, this is fine, this is what we do. But then just one day after another, just each one day, one small change of doing something different when you get home, instead of just chilling, like, all right, I'm gonna do this, and then you do it again tomorrow, then you do it again next week, and all of a sudden you just build a habit. And that's the thing, when you build habits, you got to make them easy, because no one's gonna pick up a habit that's hard. That's not gonna happen. So you gotta think small.
Everyone always does that. They're like, I'm so sick of this, I'm going to do a hard reset, and then it becomes too much. I don't know. I think it's just a change in mindset. I think detach yourself from your feelings and say, if you can detach yourself. It's like, sometimes like you be watching a movie or something, and the character is just doing something stupid, and you say, why don't they just do this? Because you're looking at them without all the feelings that they're feeling, and the emotion and the self-doubt and all these things. And it's like, it's simple. You just have to like walk that way. Why don't they just walk that way?
Great
But there's
point.
something stopping them.
Maybe you should try that. Maybe you should try to step
Detachment.
out and view your life in that way, and be like, why did I do this? Why am I doing that?
You can apply that to everything. Detachment in a good way. You can if you're having issues in a relationship, detach yourself out of that moment.
Detach yourself
and why am I
run
arguing?
away.
And why am I upset? What's the objective here? Detach yourself and run away. Just leave.
Pack your bags and go. You're done here.
I don't know. Just detach yourself from being. Just go to the grocery store. Don't even make a decision about it. You know what I mean? What's that? Oh, that's all three of the trifecta. How'd you get that? That's crazy. They make those.
Yeah, pretty cool. No, I totally agree. That's a really great point, and that's a really good thing to stop and make people think about too. Before we get to our next episode, because I feel like our next episode is going to be even better. So you're going to have to hang around and plug in. And now, since we're towards the end of the episode, I promised you guys that Jesse would have an important life announcement. And we're here now. So Jesse, tell the people what you've been holding on to.
The important life announcement that I have is, I didn't mean to clickbait this, because Justin, he clickbaited all y'all. If you made it this far. My important life announcement is, I promise that we're going to do this again in 2 weeks. Maybe. Actually, I'll be out of town. I'm going to Arizona next week. I forgot. Me and Katie are going to Arizona for her birthday.
Love that.
We're going to do this again, and it's going to be casual. We ain't going to stress ourselves out. We're going to keep everyone just, looking forward to this, because it seems like people were kind of missing it, which is surprising. I just have a feeling like there's so many podcasts out there, like how, I'm sure no one really cares.
I feel like there's more and more podcasts every day, man. Like, there's so many podcasts.
But you got to think there's so many podcasts, but there's also so many that are just quitting as well. Yeah. Because they're, it's like a trend thing to do, jump in, this is the new hotness.
Yeah.
So people are jumping in. Hotness. There's already like a bunch of podcasts that I didn't necessarily follow, but it's people I follow that they did, and they just don't make them anymore. They just dropped off completely. Like they made like 10 or something, and then it's gone. So we ain't going to be like that. We're going to do one a year.
That's right. We're going to stay relevant until 2065. Jesse, you got anything else before we shut it down?
No, sorry for the clickbait. No life announcement yet, but I'll let you know when I have an important life announcement. Again, if you want to watch this, we're going to put this on YouTube. It'll be on YouTube eventually. I don't know. I don't know when we're posting this, but it'll be on there. When are we posting this? What day is it?
This Saturday now. It'll be posted on Brew Your Mind Monday coming up. We're back. We bike.
So I'll probably just put the video up on Monday as well, just to get it.
Okay.
Tuesday. So if you're hearing this audio, you expect the video is going to be up the next day at the latest, because
that's the pressure.
I'm gonna put it up, man.
All right.
Oh, no pressure. It's super easy. Super easy. Right. I just got to do it. Like I said, it's like maybe 30 minutes to do it. So easy. Right. I may not make a crazy teaser. Those take time. Okay.
Yeah.
2023 is a casual year.
Casual year.
Atomic Habits.
That's right.
I'm gonna read that book.
James Clear.
I'm gonna read that book, and we're gonna talk about that next time. We're gonna deep dive into some good habits for 2023, because everyone's always talking about let's get on the new hotness.
That's right. You're the new hotness.
You know what I'm saying? But that's all I got, Justin. I hope to see you soon.
Yes, sir. No, thank you guys so much for listening. It's so great to be back. It's such a refreshing feeling to talk with Jesse here, and just to have a very light script, and just basically we're sitting here enjoying our coffee and we're having good conversations with you guys. So if there's anything else that you want us to talk about in the near future, you know where to find us on Instagram at Brew Your Mind Pod, or you can find Jesse, Sailor Jesse on Instagram, and me, Justin_Kate. Reach out to us. For those that have been here since the beginning, thanks for enjoying the ride. We're going to the moon. Remember that episode? We're going to the moon. No, but thank you so much. Hope you guys are doing amazing. Hope your year's starting off awesome. And don't forget to
brew your mind.
Brew your mind.
I thought you were laying it up for me. I was just like, okay, we'll just keep doing it. Bye, guys.